Brothers, what is happening? Let's get straight into this lesson. In this lesson right now, what I'm going to be talking to you about is, first of all, I'm going to be going over the 4 foundations of your success, right? Let's start off with what those even are. Number 1, what do you want? Number 2, who do you need to be to make that reality? Number 3, why do you even want that? And then number 4 is how are you going to make that happen? Now, in these lessons, right, this is just an overview of what these foundations are. I'm not going to be teaching you guys or showing you how to apply it. That's going to come in a later lesson. All I want to do right now is give you guys clarity on why I've broken these down the way I've broken these down, all right? That's all I'm going to do in this video. So let's get straight into it, right? I'm going to be reading off my laptop here. If you want to get this document, it will be below this video, or I'll put the information below the video. All I've done, bro, all I've done for this is I've just sat down for the past 2.5 hours and just brain dumped everything I know about these principles I'm going to teach you, all right? So let's start off with this. Your thoughts lead to beliefs, which lead to emotions, which lead to an attitude, which lead to your state you're in, which lead to your behaviors that create your results. All right? So everything in your life, guys, begins with the thoughts in your mind. Everything begins with the thoughts in your mind. That's the whole premise of this first foundation I'm teaching you guys, is what do you actually want in your life, guys? This lighting's looking so weird. I don't know why. It's making me look really strange. I don't like it. I really don't like it. Is that better? That's better off, innit? I don't like this side. Oh well, it is what it is. We'll just have to work with the weird lighting. But yeah, guys, look. Everything in your life, everything begins with the thoughts you hold in your mind. If you do not control your thoughts, you are going to have a fucked up reality. You're going to have a reality based off what you've been programmed, what you've been just seeing from around you, guys. Yeah, if you can't consciously choose the thoughts that you want to have, you're fucked. There's no other way of looking at it. Why do most people fail in life? Because they think the wrong thoughts, which lead to the wrong feelings and emotions, which drive the wrong actions, which get them the results. And I'm going to break down, like I said, so many nuggets in here that's going to start piecing together how this truly works. So let's go through them right now. First of all, guys, a man without a vision for the future will always return to the past. All right? And by the way, guys, I shouldn't even be saying this. Take notes. Take notes on this stuff, guys, you know? Take notes and understand what I'm truly saying in these videos, right? So a man without a vision will always return to the past. Yeah. If you don't have a vision for the future, you're gonna. This is what most people do. They start taking some action. They start moving towards their goals a little bit, and then they stop because they look at their past and they go, "Well, that's who I am." Prime example, right? If you look at people that have New Year's resolutions, it's like 80% of people that have them fail. 80%, bro. Are you crazy? 80% of people that have New Year's resolutions will fail. Why is that? Because they're returning to their past. They don't have a clear vision of where they're trying to go in their life. So they go, well, let me just go back to who I am. I need to move aside. This lighting is actually pissing me off. So because they don't have a clear image of where they're trying to go, all right, they look at their past and that's what they get in their life. They go, let me try and lose weight. Let me try and get in shape. They start moving towards that goal. They start moving towards it. But then they go back to their old self, right? So if you think about that in your life, guys, think about the areas of your life where you've tried to take action. You've tried to move forward. You've tried to set up a business. You've tried to build something worthwhile, but then you quit. I can guarantee you right now it's because you didn't have a vision of where you was going. So you look back to your past and you let that determine the actions you took today. All right? Now, here's another point. Thoughts are the process of actions being born. Thoughts are the process of actions being born. Again, whatever you think about, whatever thoughts you hold in your mind, that is what's going to be created in your reality. So again, proving the point, if you're not consciously choosing the thoughts that you want, I'm going to show you how to do this in a few minutes, guys. Not in a few minutes. Later on in the next module, I'm going to tell you exactly how to do all of this stuff. But if you're not choosing the thoughts that you want, brother, you're going to be operating from past thoughts, past experiences. And that's going to drive the behaviors you take today. So if you're not choosing your thoughts, right, you are going to be operating from past thoughts and stories and beliefs and all of these things, guys, that have driven you up to where you are now. If you look at your reality, it's because of the thoughts you've been having. Like Buddha said, Everything we are is a result of what we have thought. If you are not taking control of the thoughts you want to have and choosing them intentionally and consciously, you're going to operate from past thoughts that have been given to you by society, by your friends, your family, the news. Right? So imagine you're growing up here and you're being told that succeeding is hard. Imagine you're being told that making money is hard, getting in shape is hard, whatever it is, whatever the stories are, and you grow up with those beliefs, and then that's what you start to believe. And remember this, guys, beliefs will drive your behavior. So if you have a belief, even if it's not serving you, it will drive your behavior regardless, because your mind always wants to prove you right. It doesn't want to waste energy. You learn a belief and it goes, okay, let's just accept that. Let's just believe that to be true. Thoughts are the process of actions being born. So you need to be creating a new vision that reinforces your new beliefs that you want, right? This is one of the premises of the vision we're going to be creating, guys. It is going to create new beliefs in your mind. It's going to build a new way that you see your life and a new way that you see yourself. In the next lesson on this module, I'm going to be talking about your identity and who you need to become. And having a clear vision, it kind of links in with identity as well, but I wanted to separate the both, right? But the point is, create a new vision that reinforces your new beliefs that you want. As you start to read over this new vision and you start to see in your mind, like when I was younger working in the supermarket, bro, and I would be reading over, I'm traveling the world, I'm making money online, I'm living my dream life, whatever it was that I was talking to myself about. I started to program into my subconscious mind that this was my reality, and then guess what happens, guys? You will draw that to you which you're most familiar with. My mind started to believe I was traveling the world. My mind started to believe I just lived a life of freedom, and it became my reality. It became my exact reality, that which I saw in my mind. I started to create these new beliefs in my mind, and then my brain started to go, okay, that's true. There we go, right? So you've got to be very intentional about what the beliefs that you want. Again, I'm talking now, guys, about the reality you want to build, like externally, right? So the lifestyle you want. You might say, and again, I'm going to talk about how to build the vision, but you might be talking about, hey, I want to build, a lifestyle of freedom, right? I want to travel the world. I want to have this sort of money. This is good, surface level stuff, though, guys. I want to have a Rolex. These are external things that you're going to move towards. But the real source, right? The real juice that's going to change your life is when you start to determine who the fuck you need to be. Who do you need to be to make this a reality? But again, most people don't even know what they want, let alone who they need to be to make their goal a reality. But I'm just giving you an overview now of the power of your thoughts, the power of your mind, the power of taking control of what you're thinking about, guys. This all begins with vision. Without vision, like I said, the people will perish, bro. Without vision, what are you moving towards? You see what I mean? The vision is the foundation of everything in your life, bro. Everything in your life. And I'm going to get you guys, right? What I'm really working on this program as well, I'm not trying to get you to become fucking the ultimate version of yourself. I'm trying to get you to have small wins. The vision is only going to be a 6 to 12 month vision. But I'm going to help you create that in your reality. And then once you start building those visions and you start seeing how powerful this stuff will be, it will create a belief of, wow, the mind really is that powerful. Then you can start aiming for bigger stuff. I had to build up on my visions, right? I had to build up. And I think one thing that slowed me down on my journey is I had too bigger visions to begin with, and I don't recommend that. You want to have those in the back of your mind, but what you want to do is focus your energy on short-term wins and goals, so you can start progressing, and then that will create belief in your mind. So if you say to yourself, for example, okay, in the next 6 to 12 months, my vision is to be able to travel for 1 week freely on my own schedule without having to work on my business, and you get that as a reality, your brain's gonna go, oh fuck, that happened, I can do anything. And I noticed this in my life, guys, as I started to progress, whether it be business or my physique or whatever it was. When I started to have these small wins, my brain was like, damn, like we done that, we can do a lot more, right? When I was trying to make 10k a month online, because my goal was 10k, even if I would make a few thousand, I would almost be like, oh, it's not 10,000 though. Do you see what I'm saying? So anyway, continuing. Like I said, we're changing beliefs here, we're reprogramming the mind. Working out your mind is the same as working out your muscles. How do you get bigger in the gym, bro? You go and work out. You train them again and again and again. The same as with our mind, guys. You can't expect to change your beliefs. You can't expect to change your thinking processes and your habitual ways of thinking if you just do it once, right? You just can't do that, bro. Repetition is the mother of skill. What I'm going to be getting you guys to do as well is daily visualization. Daily visualization. Seeing these visions that I'm going to help you guys create, seeing it in your mind time and time and time again. The more you step into experiencing that reality, the more you step into experiencing yourself as that version of yourself you want to be and who you need to be, the more familiar it will become in your mind, the more you will reprogram your mind. The stronger it will become, the stronger the identity will become, right? Imagine you have two beliefs. Belief that's not serving you, belief that's serving you, all right? The more you feed into this one goes away. Same is true in the opposite. But here's the thing about beliefs as well, guys, right? Beliefs are indifferent. What does that mean? It means that I don't like the quote, when people say like limiting beliefs, I have a limiting belief. No, you don't, bro. You just have a belief. You just have a belief, my guy. If I believe I can do something, if I believe I can't do something, it's just a belief. It's not good or bad. My subconscious mind does not understand the difference between negative and positive. It just goes, okay, that's true. Okay, cool, we accept that. Right? So when you have a belief, right, you can choose them. They're indifferent. They don't hold meaning. It's like if I say to you the word coffee, what comes to your mind? Some of you are going to think of Starbucks. Some of you are going to think of mornings. Some of you are going to think of mugs. Some of you are going to think of energy. Point being is that words create images in our mind and then our mind accepts it. It doesn't understand what that actually means. It's the perception and the meaning that we give it. Do you understand what I mean? That's why when you change your perception around things, that thing will change. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Because you might say to me, bro, I got a limiting belief, but what if that belief was positive and serving you? If you just change the way you viewed it, right? So again, guys, what we're doing here, we're really shifting the beliefs. We're changing the way that we see ourselves. Again, it's not about a limiting belief, guys. You just have a belief and we can change that belief. If you believe you're not good enough, in the same way you can believe you're good enough. It's just that repetition. It's like saying to me, John, man, I have small arms. It's like, okay, compared to what though, right? Compared to what? And as soon as you start to believe, man, I've got big arms, I swear to you, you start taking bigger action in that alignment with that belief. So going back to the point I'm trying to make here, you don't have a limiting belief, you just have a belief. And once you can understand that it's just a belief, it stops putting energy into it being a limiting belief. Do you see what I mean? You might say to me, John, I have a limiting belief around money. No, you just have a belief around money. So let's find the belief that you want and choose that, right? Your subconscious mind is like a garden. Whatever you plant will grow, whether it's roses and beautiful flowers or weeds. So again, guys, your mind, think of it like a bed of soil. Whatever you plant into your mind, it will accept and grow. Yeah? So if I'm putting thoughts into my mind like I am amazing, I am good enough, I am strong, I am powerful, yeah? That's going to become the beliefs held in my mind, right? The same is true if I'm telling myself I'm not good enough, I'm undisciplined, I can't focus, I'm inconsistent, right? How many of you believe that about yourself? I know you do because I speak to hundreds of guys. And I ask them, what's your challenges? And they're so convinced in what they have holding them back. I'm like, bro, what if you just convinced yourself that you was consistent? What if you convinced yourself that you was disciplined? What if you convinced yourself that you was worthy, you was deserving? Of course, you've got to match it with action. But my point is, guys, the belief is the foundation, which is your thoughts. And the stronger those thoughts become, the bigger and stronger they will become. In like the same with a garden, right? The more you plant the seeds, the more they're going to grow. If you have a garden, right, and you have planted nettles in there, weeds and bad things, they're going to keep on growing and growing and growing, especially if you keep feeding it and growing it and growing it. Same as if you put roses in there. This is why you got to maintain your mind, guys. You've got to consistently be nourishing your mind with the thoughts that you want, the beliefs that you want. This is why visualization is the foundation of one of my teachings for you guys. It's going to be the number one principle that I'm going to teach you guys to apply into your life to build your dream life. Yeah? Because if you're not nourishing your mind, those little negative thoughts are going to pop back in. Those beliefs that aren't serving you are going to creep back up. You've got to consistently nourish your mind with the thoughts that you want, reminding yourself of where you're going, reading over that, feeling that, experiencing that. All right? We experience that which we are deeply convinced of. So, if we believe something to be true, we will find a way to experience that. If I believe that I am a certain type of person, or I am this, or I am that, whatever the thing is that you believe to be true about yourself, that will be manifested in your reality. There's no other way to look at it. If you believe yourself to be a certain type of person, or you believe that something should be done a certain way, you will find a way to create that, because you always get that which you are convinced of. Look into your life, look at people around you. If you're deeply convinced of something to be true, or it has to be done a certain way, you're going to act from that belief, because again, your brain wants to find the most efficient way to get things done. It wants to just be like, yeah, we're right. So you might be like, yeah, okay, check this out, guys. If you believe business is hard, this was one of my beliefs. It was fucking hard. Then I started to change my belief. Making money online is easy and effortless. Then that became my truth. There's a great quote, right? Beliefs are not true in themselves. They become true in our experience if we believe them. All right? Beliefs are not true in themselves. They become true in our experience if we believe them. So if I believe something to be true, I will experience that in my reality. So the question is this: what do you believe? Why do you believe that? Yeah? What do you believe, and why do you believe that? And the more you can change the beliefs that you have, the more you can choose the beliefs you want, right? The more those will play out in your reality. Like I said, what do you believe? Why do you believe that? When you can start to consciously take control of your beliefs and the thoughts you have, watch how your reality will change. And again, I'm going to explain to you how to do that. Understand as well, your reality is an illusion. What do I mean by this? Well, everything external is just a reflection of your internal world, right? The life I'm living now, yeah, traveling the world, having freedom, being able to do what I want, when I want, with who I want. Literally today, I decided I'm going to extend my stay here. I booked on for another 4 nights. I didn't even ask the price. I book it in. 24th of December, I'm going to Thailand, right? It's just how I'm doing things, guys, because this is my reality. But it's almost an illusion, bro. It's like I used to work in a supermarket because that's what I thought I was good enough for, right? There's a guy brushing outside doing my head in. Oh my God. Wow. He's just using like a brush and it's just getting in my head. But yeah, guys, you know, what I'm saying is this, right? Your reality is simply an illusion that plays out based off your thoughts. If you choose the thoughts you want, if you choose the beliefs that you want to hold, and you choose the life you want to live, it will become that, right? And the same way I was living a life before, working in a supermarket, making hardly any money, like £7-8 an hour, that was just a reflection of my mind. You know, that was it. So it's an illusion. It's not real until you allow it to be real. If you accept it as truth, then it will be. Like I said, guys, how am I able to live this life I'm living now? How? How does that make any sense from a guy that used to work in a supermarket? I started to choose the thoughts I wanted. I started to choose the reality I wanted. It all began with my thoughts, guys, right? We change the external by changing the internal. Another big lesson here, guys. Everyone's out there. If you look at 99% of people, they're going out there and they're trying to create from the external. They're like, how do I make money online? How do I get in shape? How do I find my dream girl? How do I live a life of freedom? How do I do this? How do I do that? And they're trying to create this life outside of them without looking within. and realizing that, holy shit, my beliefs, me, my identity, my thoughts I'm having is what is being created. Guys, when I was younger, when I was like 20 years old, I had this dream of going to America and doing a road trip, right? And I wanted this so badly, and I would work hard on my businesses, trying to make it work, trying to become successful, trying to make it my reality. And it never happened. And on the date that I wanted to make it happen, I was so broke, so fucking lost in life. Couldn't even afford a haircut. All of these fucking things, right? But when I look back, do you know what it was, guys? I know when I look back, I was subconsciously getting everything I secretly wanted. Secretly getting everything I wanted. And this is why I tell people now, bro, stop trying to create from the external, create from the internal. Today, when I meditated for an hour and a half this morning, I visualized my perfect day. I visualized filming this course, it flowing. And I've been in flow state now. It's coming up to 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I've been flowing in creating this course, guys. But I saw it in my mind first. And this is why I'm saying to you, if you look at your reality, if you look at your life, guys, it's all in direct correlation to the thoughts you've been having, the visions you've been holding in your mind. That is it. Everything in your reality is a direct reflection of the thoughts you've been holding about it. Look at your thoughts, guys, the deeper thoughts, not the ones that you use from your head talk like, yeah, I'm going to be successful. It's like, how do you feel, bro? How do you feel? Have you ever actually analyzed the thoughts you have? And look how that's directly reflecting into your reality, yeah? So you've got to change your external by changing the internal. I said this before, but like question your beliefs and then question where they come from. You know, where did your beliefs come from? You have these beliefs that are driving your reality. Where did they come from, bro? Where did you pick them up? And like I said in the previous video, one of the intro videos, I said, man, like, don't listen to people who are not where you want to be. But if you question your beliefs, like really question them, guys. I had to question so many of my beliefs. I had to look into my beliefs so deeply and analyze them. Like, why did I think money was scarce? Why did I think making money was hard? Why did I think I couldn't focus? And when I started to question these things, I was like, bro, they're all bullshit. You're born, guys, with no beliefs. You're not born into this world thinking money's scarce. You know? You learn that belief, meaning all your beliefs are learned, right? So question your beliefs and question where they come from and realize you can change them. And I'm gonna show you how, right? Let me see what else I got in here. Here's another big point, right? Your mind can't tell the difference between what is imagined and what is real. Right? Your mind can't tell the difference between what is imagined and what is real. So if that is true, which it is true, because if I get you right now to do this, close your eyes and imagine you're standing on the top of a skyscraper. Like, actually do this, guys. Close your eyes and imagine you're standing on the top of a skyscraper and your feet are dangling off the edge. And you can lean over, just tilt over a little bit, and any moment you could fall. All right? Even as you can open your eyes, even as I do that, right? I'm not even trying that hard to do it, but my brain starts to go, oh fuck, starts to almost feel like it's there. And this is the power of when you start to use visions, visualization, right? Choosing what you want. You start to see these scenes in your mind as if they're already done. It becomes familiar to you. All of the resistances and blocks that you have in your mind that are stopping you from getting to that next level, they disappear. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Because again, your brain will always move away from pain. So if you have any kind of pain linked to moving towards your goals, you're going to avoid moving towards your goal. Does that make sense? So when you start to visualize stuff and you see, for example, yourself being in incredible shape, you're seeing yourself crushing it in the gym, you're seeing yourself with a top 1% physique, you're seeing your bank account with a certain amount of money, your brain starts to go, okay, we've done that. It's safe to move towards it, bro. You see what I'm saying? Most of the time, the reason why people go back on themselves, like I said at the beginning, a man without a vision for the future will always return to the past. if you have a vision for the future, it's like your brain almost has this kind of safety feeling, like, yeah, we can progress towards that because we know it's safe. If it anticipates any kind of threat or danger or wasted energy, it won't move towards it, and it will avoid it. So when you're visualizing, when you're seeing yourself, I can think of numerous times, guys, when I got in the best shape of my life, when I made a fuck ton of money, when whatever it was, just creating these things in my life I wanted. Even now, guys, as I'm moving towards my goals, you have to realize that I'm about to build Brotherhood, right? I'm about to launch this thing. This requires a whole different reality for myself, a whole different new identity. So as I'm visualizing this in my mind, guys, this morning I'm seeing like certain resistances popping up, and I see myself bypassing it. I see myself overcoming it. Even building the course, I was like, all right, feeling like, how am I going to do it? What's going to be here? In my mind, there was resistances, and in my imagination, I saw myself overcoming it. I saw myself pushing through it. And then today, everything I visualized was played out in my reality. So again, think of it like this. If I say to you right now, all right, bro, what do you fear about growing your business? You're going to tell me something, right? You're going to say, oh, I fear jumping on a sales call, right? Well, I would say to you, bro, visualize and see in your mind overcoming that. Because it's an illusion, bro. Like I said, it's an illusion. It's not true. You're deluding yourself into thinking whatever the reason is you're fearing jumping on a sales call. It's not true, bro. It's not true. It hasn't even happened yet. But you're like, oh, fuck, if I jump on a sales call, what if this, what if that, what if that? It's an illusion in your mind, bro. Imagine if I say this to you, right? If you walk into those woods over there, yeah, there's going to be a bear. And this bear's going to kill you, right? Would you be scared if you walked into the woods and you see a bear? 100%. But then what if I told you, the bear is just a man in a bear costume? Would you be as scared? No. You wouldn't give a shit. Why? Because you realize, oh, it's just a man in a bear costume. It's not actually a man. It's not actually a bear. The same as with your goals. You have these beliefs, and these beliefs, right, like I said, that are made up. They're made up. They're just illusions in your mind. Things that you're projecting into the future. You go, oh, fuck. What if I jump on a sales call and this happens and this happens? The same way, what if I go into the woods and there's a bear in there? Oh, it's just a man in a bear costume. Oh, it's just a sales call. It can't actually do anything for me. Do you see what I'm saying? But again, that's rational talking. That's a very logical way of looking at it. But if we even break that one example down of why are you scared of jumping on a sales call, right? Logically, it doesn't make sense, right? Rationally, it doesn't make sense why you would be scared to jump on a sales call. It's just like, what the fuck? Nothing's going to happen. It's irrational. Subconscious, bro. It's happening in the subconscious mind. That's why you've got to use the powers of your subconscious mind to overcome these things, using visualization, using creative imagination, which I'm going to talk about in further lessons. All right, guys, we've got so many notes to get through. Let's keep going. You must create in your mind a clear image of the perfect life in all areas. Again, I'm going to teach you how to create this mental image later on, but you've got to see in your mind a life of complete perfection, guys. You got to see in your mind this dream life, perfect life. Everything is bliss. You're in incredible shape. 10% body fat. However much you want to weigh, you're traveling the world. You wake up, you feel peaceful. You're in control of your mind. You're calm and relaxed. You're connected to God. You're living this life of bliss. You're making more money than you know what to do with. £100,000 profit is pouring into your bank account every single month. You have incredible friends around you, incredible relationships. You're living the good life. Right? You've got to see this in your mind, guys. And you've got to keep on sculpting this perfect image in your mind every single day. The more you sculpt it, the more you see it, the more you strengthen it, the more it becomes your reality, guys. And I'm telling you, this is how you do it. It's like, how do you build a good physique? It's repetition, bro. It's seeing it in your mind again and again and again. If you look at Arnold Schwarzenegger, he talks about this, visualization. So Conor McGregor, they talk about these things, visualizing. But how can you ever create something if you don't know what it is? How can you build a life you want if you don't know what it is, right? I've been able to build this life for myself because I described it time and time again. I'm free, I'm traveling the world, living in luxury. I'm able to buy what I want. I'm able to do what I want, when I want, with who I want. Like I said before, I'm off to Thailand in a few days. I decided to extend my stay here. I'm going to go to Thailand, meet up with my good friends who are winning, who are other entrepreneurs succeeding. It's all down to the visions I held in my mind, guys, you know? I had a perfect image in my mind, and I tell you now, the times in my life where I haven't created what I want, it's because the image was not clear enough. The image was not strong enough. The image was too vague. It wasn't mixed with enough emotion and seeing it. I had these beliefs around it that weren't allowing me to reach it. The more I strengthen my images in my mind, the more I create it in my reality, guys. You will see. I'll tell you, over the past 6 months that I truly start to apply these principles I'm teaching you. I've always applied them, but I started to truly embody it. Like recently as well, I've been spending 2 hours a day in meditation, and I'm seeing the changes in my life rapidly. You always get that which you ask for, deeply convinced of. When you connect to God and you ask Him and you get Him to show you things, He will. He will. Okay, let's go. Awareness, consciousness, presence is how we can create our reality. Without it, you cannot control your thoughts, right? Now, what we're doing with the visualization practices I'm going to teach you later on is this. We're almost anchoring this. We're deciding upon the things we want, the person we want to be. But then throughout your day, you've got to stand still at the watchman of your gate. What I mean by that is you are almost understanding your subconscious mind is like your treasure. It's like your temple, bro. All the treasure is in there. Your conscious mind, the awareness you have now in this present moment, your consciousness is the watchman at the gate. So you almost in the morning, right? You're choosing these beautiful thoughts you want to have, the emotions you want to experience, the person of character you're going to be. All right? You're developing that in the unseen in your meditations. Then throughout the day, guess what's going to happen? You're going to get tested, bro. People are going to say things that go against it. You're going to hear things that go against it. You're going to look at your bank account. You're going to look at your physique. All of these external things around you are going to almost tell you that's not true. That's not who you are. But when you have consciousness, when you have awareness, you can choose your thoughts. You can say, that's not true. I don't choose to believe that. I am a successful man. I am a powerful man. I am in shape. I am successful. And you're doing this from the paradigm of this, guys. Look, you might look in the mirror. You might be skinny, right? You might look at your bank account. You might have no money in your bank account. But you do not let that determine how you see yourself. When I had the biggest changes in my life, bro, when I started to get in mad shape, I went from 85 kg to 100 kg, right? When I started to do that, it was from shifting the way I saw myself. I started to see myself as a fucking savage in the gym, as a powerful man in the gym. Proud of myself, strong, powerful, successful, disciplined. I changed the image of myself, actions followed that. So it doesn't matter what your external circumstances say. Bro, if you don't have the money in your bank account, you don't have the physique, bro, you walk and talk like you're already that fucking guy. And here's the thing adding on to that. You only put your energy on the things that you can control. You never let external things control you. I'm trying to find where's my specific note on this. I think it's in the next lesson. Yeah, it's in the next lesson, I believe, when I talk about the beingness part. But ultimately, guys, the person you see is the person you're going to be, right? And when when you are choosing this in your visualizations in the morning and in the evening, when you're stepping into the unseen and you're creating this mind, you then have to be able to be watchman at the gate. If you had a temple, you wouldn't just let anyone in. The same as with your thoughts, guys. As you go throughout the day, you have to consistently be there, telling yourself, this is not true, this is not who I am. I don't believe that, right? And again, going back to the other point I was making, guys, you can only control. Sorry, there's only certain things you can control. One of them being your thoughts. External events, like if you're looking in the reflection in the mirror and you're not in shape, and you let that determine how you feel about yourself, you ain't going to get the results. No, look, you can look at your physique and say, bro, you're not in shape, right? But you still say, yeah, but I'm a disciplined man. I'm a fucking hard worker. And from that, I'm going to get in the best shape of my life. Do you see what I'm saying, bro? If you look in the mirror and you go, oh, you're skinny, what follows from that? Oh man, you failed in the past, right? This is what happened to me. I look in the reflection, I'm like, oh, you're skinny. Oh, well, bro, you failed in the past, right? Okay, yeah. Anyway, I want to get onto these identity and the beingness in the next lesson. So let's keep going. Another big point, guys, use creative imagination. Imagination is the preview of life's coming attractions. So you need to use creative imagination to create the life you want. What do I mean by this? Most people are using their imagination. They're using their thoughts to get what they don't want. Most people know exactly what they don't want. I ask and I coach a lot of people, what do you want? They tell me, oh, I don't want to be broke. I don't want to be out of shape. I don't want this. I don't want that. Where focus goes, energy flows, right? Where you're putting your focus and your attention is what you're going to draw back into your life. You feel me? So you've got to be very specific with your imagination. Going back to what I said, when we use our visualization techniques I'm going to share with you, we are using imagination in a very constructive, powerful way, right? We're using our imagination to build upon that which we want. The more you strengthen your imagination, guys, and you see in your mind exactly what you want, you see yourself powerful, strong, free, successful. You see yourself traveling the world, living a life of success, impacting lives, whatever it is, you're going to create more of that because you're using your imagination in a constructive way. This is not daydreaming, guys. This is not sitting there and going, oh, let me manifest. No, it's creative imagination. Einstein said, if you want to know the secrets, Einstein said, imagination is the preview of life's coming attractions. All right? Nikola Tesla said, if you want to know the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. When we're using our imagination, guys, we're stepping into that. We're connecting to these higher frequencies, these higher energies in this universe we live in. I'm not going to get too deep into those things now, guys, but just understand that your imagination is using your thoughts. Your thoughts are energy. When you're putting those energies out into the universe, you attract it back to you. Einstein said your brain is a transmitter and receiver. So when you're putting these thoughts out there and you're speaking it into existence, you start drawing it back to you. But again, this is why you have to be specific and clear on what you want. Most people, they are attracting more of what they don't want into their life because subconsciously they are operating on that frequency. You know what I'm saying to you guys? And again, how do you know if you're having the right thoughts or the wrong thoughts? Check how you feel, my bro. Because feelings are just awareness of how you're of your thoughts. Feelings are conscious awareness of what you've been thinking about. That's it. If you feel bad, if you say to me, I make 10,000 a month online, but you have feelings in your body that you feel resistance towards it, there's misalignment between what you say you want consciously and your subconscious mind. That's your subconscious telling you there's resistance there, there's a block there. Like I said earlier, people that start the gym in the new year and they fail, they go back on themselves. Because consciously they want one thing, but subconsciously they want another thing. And you always get that which you want, bro, secretly. So this is what we're trying to do here. We are aligning the conscious mind with the subconscious mind. Our conscious desires with our subconscious beliefs. When you get these two aligned, bro, that's when beautiful things start to happen. That's when you start to manifest things in an unconscious way without even having to try. You see, there's a paradigm I teach people is this. Struggle is not natural, bro. You don't need to struggle towards your goals. Whoever tells you that, they're suffering, my guy. Struggle is not natural. Effort is natural. Effort is required to you achieving your goals. What's the difference? Well, if I go to the gym, right, and I go on a bench press and I'm going to bench 100 kg, and let's say I can get 10 reps, right? I can get 10 nice reps. That is effort. Now, if I go and try and do 120, I might be able to lift it, but there's going to be struggle and I might injure myself. Why do I need to put myself through the struggle? I'll give you guys another story, right? I was once in a sauna and I said I'm going to sit in there for 45 minutes. 35 minutes in, I'm starting to feel the struggle. And I'm moving around, I'm fidgeting, I'm like, oh my God, this is so painful, like fuck. But I was gonna sit in there for the whole 45 minutes. I wasn't gonna budge. But at one point, something shifted for me. And I was like, bro, breathe. Become present. And I started to breathe. And it was still hard. It was still painful. But all I had to do was apply effort. The effort was to focus my breath, still my mind, become zen, become present. Struggle was like, oh man, this is so hard. And I was like anxious and all of these things. That's struggle. Why would I choose to struggle when I can be present and I can control it and apply effort? And that's what it comes down to. There's a difference between effort and struggle. And remember, guys, God does not want you to waste energy. He doesn't want you to. Struggle is wasting energy, bro. Struggle is expending unnecessary energy. Nature doesn't want you to do that, bro. God doesn't want you to do that. Anyway, a man's way of doing things is in direct proportion to the way he thinks about things. To do things in the way you want to do them, you will have to acquire the ability to think the way you want to think. Again, going back to thought control, thought mastery, mastering our mindset, all happens in the mind through visualization. The more I spend time in my visualization, seeing myself operating in a certain way, acting in a certain way, being a certain way, the more that plays out in my reality. Alright guys, my phone is on 10%. So I'm going to try and wrap this up and simplify this. I'm going to just go through the notes right now and see what I've got. Where focus goes, energy flows. Like I said, most people know what they do not want, right? But again, it's like know what you want and focus your energy on that. You only can control your thoughts. No one can take that away from you. The unseen creates the seen. You attract that which you see in your mind. You're always imagining something. A lot of these notes I'm going over right now, I've already covered in more detail as I spoke today, right? Here's a big one. Imagination is more powerful than logic. Your imagination is more powerful than logic, right? So logically, you might say to yourself, for example, oh man, I can't focus. I've never focused in the past. That's logic. But when you step into your imagination, you see yourself focusing. That overrides logic. And that's what happened to me in my life in so many areas. You act and feel not according to what things are really like, but according to the image you hold in your mind of what they are like. You have certain images you hold as if they are true. And this is again going back to what I said. When I used to think I couldn't focus, that's exactly how I would act. I was like, well, I can't focus. And it would play out in my reality, guys. I promise you this is how it works. It all began with the thoughts in my mind. When I started to change my thoughts in my mind and I started to change the way I would see things, that would play out in my reality. So again, go back to the point I made earlier. Question your beliefs and question where they came from, right? If you have beliefs in your mind that are not true, question them. And again, guys, don't get overwhelmed by all of this information, right? This is just an overview. I'm just planting a bunch of seeds. I'm going to give you the most simple, easy process you can use to reprogram your mind, use your mind to create strong mental images inside of it, right? And just basically use your mind to win, right? So don't overthink this. This is me just brain dumping on you guys. All right, guys, what I'm going to do, I'm going to end it on this one. One quote I said earlier, I want to repeat. Beliefs are not true in themselves. They become true in our experience if we believe them. Question your beliefs and question where they come from. When you start to take control of your beliefs and thoughts, guys, and you just start to choose them, and you use your mind, and you start to deeply, deeply be convinced of a belief, like making money is easy. When I started to believe these things, guys, like making money is simple and easy. Guys, I made in Dubai $60,000 from 2 Instagram stories. 2 Instagram stories. I know it was my beliefs that drove that behavior. When I told myself growing my business is easy and simple, that becomes true. Do you see what I'm saying to you? It's all a belief, guys. It's the belief that you hold at the bottom that then drives all the behaviors. Think of your behaviors and actions that you take like branches on a tree. But think of the belief as the root of the tree. If your belief if the root of the tree is, the belief is not good, and it's like making money is hard, no matter how many actions you take, it's always going to be true. If you believe making money online is impossible, your belief will always be reflected of that. If you believe you're not deserving and worthy, I'm going to get onto the beingness on the next episode, you will always drive behaviors from it. And most people try and cut off the branches, right? They try and find the tactics and the quick hacks and the workout strategies and the business strategies, but if the root of the tree is fucked, you're done, bro. So you want to choose the beliefs. Choose the root of it, and the root of it is your identity, how you see yourself, right? We're going to get onto that next. Now, the last thing I want to say to you guys, this is from a book called The Science of Getting Rich. I recommend the book. To think what you want is truth, regardless of appearances. Every man has the power to think what he wants to think, but it requires far more effort to do so than it does to think the thoughts which are suggested by appearances. To think according to appearances is easy. To think truth regardless of appearances is laborious and requires the expenditure of more power than any other work man is called upon to perform. Simply put, guys, when you go out into this reality, when you go out into this reality, you're going to write this vision down. You're going to see this new life you're going to live. And then you're going to look around and go, damn, but I don't have that money in my bank account. Damn, but I'm not living that life of freedom. Damn, but I don't have a successful business. All of these things you're going to tell yourself. But that's all lies. Your mind is what's creating this world, guys. Don't let time elude you from what is true. So when you go around, guys, I always say, Brotherhood's the #1 community in the world for young men. It's not even been launched yet. In my mind, it's already the #1 community for young men. The #1 community in the world for young men. Speak it into existence, bro. I already operate and walk like I have 100,000 subscribers. Is it a fact? No. But in my mind it is. This is how I built this life, guys. You have to almost delude yourself into believing that which you want to believe, because the reality is, guys, you have to look for the evidence to support it, right? So you go, all right, I don't have money in my bank account right now. Let's say that, right? But how do you know? Right? Because you looked. So what if, and I know these concepts seem crazy, but you've got to believe that you already have the money in your bank account. And from that belief, right, you will start taking actions that are different than if you believe I don't have money in my bank account, right? You want to believe, and I think, that's not the best example. I think the better examples to live by is the beliefs around yourself. Okay, yeah, I might not have that money in my bank account right now, but I'm the type of person who's a millionaire, so I'm going to act from that, right? But ultimately, guys, as you go about your day to day, you've got to start telling yourself the new stories, tell yourself the new beliefs, tell yourself that which is true, like it says. To think truth regardless of appearances is laborious and requires the expenditure of more power than any other work man is called upon to perform. We spend time in visualization and building up these stories in our mind, these visions in our mind. And that's almost the anchor, like I said. And throughout the day, as these things start to happen, you say, that's not true. I don't believe that, right? I am successful. I am powerful. You see what I'm saying to you guys? So this is the first lesson. What do you want? Vision. This is what I'm talking about, guys. Vision. What is the mental images you're creating in your mind of the life you want? Like I said, in the next module, I'm going to break down for you exactly how to get clear on this. Like what it is that you exactly want. And I've got this document here, as you can see, that I'm going to be breaking down for you. And it's going to go over like what exactly you want in each area of your life. And I want to make it simple for you. So, like I said, this is an overview. This is just to drop nuggets about the power of understanding vision and what you want. Guys, there'll be the information below on this video. And other than that, I'll see you in the next lesson, which is going to be about who you need to become. So we've got clear on understanding the vision, right? Why that's important. Mental images, imagination, everything we see in our mind is created in our reality, right? External is a reflection of the internal. But now let's talk about, okay, well, how do I actually make this happen? Like, who do I need to be? And I'm going to break down for you identity and how identity governs your entire life, the actions you take, the way you show up, what you think you're worth, what you think you're deserving of, right? So, guys, I'll see you in the next lesson in who you need to be. See you there. No slacking.